besties, welcome back. Today's video, we're going to be doing some Meatless Monday meal ideas. Meatless Monday. Let's talk about it. Meatless Monday is a great way to save money. You can take a day a week, Meatless Monday, we call it Monday, but you take one day a week and you have a dinner where you don't eat any meat. How do we feel about that? A lot of people are like, oh, I don't know about that, Brooke. We gotta have meat. But hear me out. These are really tasty. Meatless dinners can be amazing. And I have tons and tons of different ideas for this. But today I'm just going to share 4 with you. 4 of our favorite. I was sorting through all the ones that I do. And I didn't realize I did so many meatless meals. But I do. So I picked out 4 random ones. And they're really, really good. So that's the ones I want to share with you today. And people could do Meatless Mondays for all sorts of different reasons. One reason could be meat prices are extravagant right now and keep going up in price and want to save a little bit of money. Meatless Monday comes to the rescue. Or because you just don't want to eat a lot of meat. You want to try to cut back on meat. Meatless Monday to the rescue. There are lots of different reasons why you could choose to do this. And this video is to give you some inspiration, give you a few ideas. So without any further ado, let's get the show on the road, y'all. We're going to be making mushroom pesto pasta. 98 cents for the linguine. I got 2 Romas. Basil pesto. We are not going to use all of this. We're going to use maybe a third of this. It was $2.48. $1.88 for the mushrooms, and both of these tiny Roma tomatoes came out to 25 cents for both. This one is really easy. We're going to start out by boiling the linguine. Y'all know I'm impatient. I don't wait for it to boil. I can't tell the difference. I chopped up my mushrooms really fine, and I diced up those 2 tomatoes. Okay, I'm going to drain this boiled pasta. I'm pretty sure it's done. I am going to reserve about a cup of this pasta water. I reserved about a cup of that pasta water. And throw about 3 tablespoons of butter in here. Okay. I'm going to add the chopped mushrooms and chopped tomatoes, diced tomatoes. And we're going to cook these up, let those mushrooms sweat a little bit. I want a little crust on the mushrooms because it creates flavor that's kind of meaty. This is a perfect vegetarian dish, by the way. This next part is optional. So if you don't have it, don't worry about it. I'm going to add some garlic powder. Basic seasoning that we all usually have in the cabinets. Along with a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. Okay, I think they're cooked pretty much the way I like them. I'm going to take the pesto that we have and I'm going to do 2 big dollops in there. It's probably a third of the jar, so you can save this for another meal. Okay, there we go. There's our sauce. Now I'm going to use some of this pasta water to thin it out a bit. I just probably put a 1/4 a cup in it just now. I'm going to add back our linguine, and I will add it as I need it. Okay. Just stir it up together. By the way, you can use milk instead of the pasta water if you have it. I think I want to use a little bit more pasta water. Make it a little bit more creamy. Put a 1/4 cup more. I want a little bit more pasta water. Alright, we use probably 3/4 cups of that pasta water total. If you want more pesto, you can definitely do more pesto, but I think pesto is very strong. And 1/3 of a jar is perfect for my taste. And here's our dinner. I have a piece of my homemade sourdough jalapeno cheddar bread on the side. That's what she looks like. How do we feel about tonight's dinner, y'all?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Braden.
Mine feel good.
Kylan. Oh, he's out. This tastes like something you would get at a fancy Italian restaurant. But you're at home. And it costs around $5. Does that not look just so awesome?
Wait, any more salt?
This is probably one of our favorite meals for Meatless Monday. We're going to make some black bean tostadas. I'm going to be using some shredded lettuce. I usually get the heads, but this is all they had. Sharp cheddar cheese, by the way. Check your Ibotta. This was on sale for $2.56 at Ingles, and they had an Ibotta rebate of $1 a bag. I got that for $1.56. Crazy. 2 little Roma tomatoes. Refried black beans. These are my favorite. The ones that come in the bag. And some corn tortillas. I'm probably going to use sour cream too. I just don't have that out right now. First thing I want to do is heat up some oil so I can harden up these tortillas. I want them to be tostadas. Tostadas are hard, so I got to fry these up. And I am using oil that I used earlier today. So I'm reusing some oil because I do not want to waste it because it is not dirty. Here we go. I emptied the refried beans into the kettle, and I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup of water with this, and I'm going to heat them up real good. Makes them a little bit more thin, and they're easier to stir up and heat up. Black bean tostadas, Kaka. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat these up and let the cheese melt in the oven. I'm laying down the black beans. I'm going to have to do 2 rounds of this because my pan isn't big enough for all of them. But I'm just going to sprinkle the cheese on top. I'm just going to plop these in the oven until the cheese is melted. Yeah. Black bean tostadas. Probably my favorite Meatless Monday meal. Tastes good?
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Last time we had these, Dusty fell off the roof. True story. Are they good?
Yeah.
Kylan, how we feel? He likes no toppings on his. Totally fine.
It's so crunchy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's out. They're so good. Dusty asked for a second round.
Yes. Everybody wants to say that now.
Another meatless Monday meal. We're going to be making vegetarian chili Frito pies. You're going to be needing some corn chips because you can't have a Frito pie without Fritos. Mine are generic. 6 cans of beans. You choose your favorite beans. I like an assortment, so I have 2 cans of white red kidney beans, 2 cans of white chili beans, black beans, and mixed beans. Chili seasoning mix, peppers, onion, 24 ounces of tomato sauce. This is what I had in the pantry, so this is what I'm using. That's why it's so different. Mushrooms. I want to get started by cleaning my veg and dicing it all up. That's about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm using my cast iron that's seen better days. She needs re-seasoned. Let's ignore that fact. All of our veg. Let's toss it in on top of that butter. If you don't have minced garlic, use garlic powder. Just going to put a dollop of that in there. I'm trying to cook all the water out of this because mushrooms have a lot of water content. And I don't want it to be watery. Can you tell? All of the liquid is gone. I want to get a little like caramelization or a crust like on the veg that gives it a lot of flavor. All those canned items, start adding them in. I don't drain my beans because that's flavor in there. Chili seasoning packets. Now we're just going to bring this to a simmer and let it simmer for about 20 minutes and it's done. That easy. Full of protein, full of veggies. And flavor. And it lasts us 2 meals instead of 1. And chili pie is served. How do we feel about dinner?
Great. Tastes like Frito Pie?
You can't tell that it's meatless, can you?
No.
How do we feel about it, Kaka? Tell me that don't look bomb.com, like for real. Meatless meal, let's go. I'm going to do a baked tortellini, no meat. If you don't want to do tortellini, just go grab you a box of regular pasta. It'll be just the same. I had this in the deep freezer and I need to use it. It's been in there a pretty good minute. I got these for $2 for $1 at a discount grocery store. Good deal on that. But I'm going to be using a can of diced roasted garlic, tomatoes, heavy whipping cream, butter, broccoli, tortellini. But like I said, you don't have to use tortellini for this. It is cheaper to get just regular pasta. I'm just using this because I need to use it. And we're going to be using like 1.5 cups of Italian blend cheese. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is take a half a stick of butter and melt it in the microwave. This is going to be just a dump and go 1 casserole dish meal. My butter is melted. I want to take this entire, how much is this? 16 ounces of heavy whipping cream. And we're going to mix it up together. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder to this. Pepper, salt. Okay, set this aside. I'm going to dump my frozen tortellini. I'm going to dump my frozen broccoli. I'm going to dump my entire can of roasted garlic. Do I want to do the whole can? Now, I'm going to dump half of the can of tomatoes. I'm going to put the rest in a container and put it in the fridge for something else. Just going to mix this up just a little bit. I almost forgot. To this mixture over here, we're going to put a big handful, like a cup, of the Italian cheese. Mix it up as well. We're going to pour this over top. Along with about 1/2 cup of water. I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil because it creates steam inside of the pan. And it helps that tortellini cook. And it doesn't lose moisture. Because I don't want a lot of liquid in here because I don't want it to be runny. But it needs a little extra liquid for that tortellini to cook. So, putting aluminum foil on creates the steam effect, keeps that liquid in there, helps that tortellini cook. So you don't have to have an excess amount of liquid. We're going to bake this on 375 for about 30 minutes. Then I'm going to take it out, top it with some more cheese, and let it bake for 15 more minutes. It's been 30 minutes. I'm going to stir it up and put more cheese on top. More cheese. Now I'm going to cook this for 15 minutes with the tinsel off of it. And the tortellini bake is done. Don't forget, y'all, you can use regular pasta if you want. And here's the tortellini bake. I'm serving it with a side of my homemade sourdough bread. You're probably wondering, Brooke, is the tortellini crispy? Is it soft? It's soft, just like any baked pasta.
It's very nice.
Thank you. How do we feel about dinner?
It's so good. So let's go stop.
Let's just get a little up close and look at it. Look at the beautifulness, the creaminess. Yeah. And there we have it. 4 meatless Monday meal ideas for y'all. Heck, you don't have to do it just 1 day a week. You could do it 4 or 5 if you want. It's up to you. But there's some ideas for you. And like I said before, I have tons of these ideas. Honest to goodness, I did not realize how many meatless meals we do. I could probably be vegetarian without realizing it. But you're not missing the meat, and it tastes so good. I promise you, you do not miss the meat in these recipes. And if you try any of these 4, they're all delicious. But the black refried bean tostadas are the best. They're so good. Black beans, black refried beans hit different. If you ain't tried those in the bag, you're missing out. You need to try those. They're like $1.18 at Walmart for the bag. They're creamier. They taste so much better. Give them a go if you haven't. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, go give me a follow. I post randomness on there, and I post some recipes on there too, little Instagram reels. Also my Facebook page, I do that as well. And if you haven't joined the Facebook group, go ahead and do that. I will leave links to everything down here. I also have a TikTok, but it's just for funsies. This is the most random stuff you'd ever see on there. I'll leave it down there just in case. But definitely go check out my Instagram, Facebook page, and my Facebook group. The group is full of amazing people. And I post things on Instagram and my Facebook page that you might not see on here. So go give it a check out. I love you guys. Remember, as always, be positive and kind and happy. Let others be happy. And I'll see you later, besties. Bye.